There's the question now that everybody's asking, what happens after the war? We're going to talk about that. Israel and U.S. officials have discussed expelling thousands of low-level Hamas terrorists from the Gaza Strip permanently to shorten the war. In other words, if the Hamas fighters come out of the tunnels and give themselves up, they'll be deported somewhere. And then the question is, who runs Hamas after the war? I'm sorry, who runs Gaza after Hamas is destroyed is a better way to say it. The question's up in the air. Israel knows if any of Hamas survive the war and they take over after the war, there'll be another war in a year or two, because the aid will pour in. In the tunnels will come guns, rockets, ammunition, booby traps, bombs, you name it. They hide them in food canisters. They hide them in everything. And Israel will be back at it again. I wonder at what point will the rest of the world get behind, literally, the expulsion of these criminals and have them sent somewhere else. The problem is, as you and I have talked about, Jordan was supposed to be the Palestinian homeland, but Jordan kicked out Yasser Arafat and all of his PLO decades ago. Then they were kicked out of Lebanon. Then they were kicked out of Tunisia. And now nobody wants them because they're terrorists.
Yeah, they're violent.
100% correct. Now there's a discussion. I'm reading from the Wall Street Journal. They're talking about a Hamas-free safety zone that would be ruled by a new Gaza-based authority with the support of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, as long as the higher-up Hamas leaders such as Yahya Sinwar and Mohammed Deif are gone, because both of those guys have been called dead men walking. And they're talking about when the Palestinian Liberation Organization, headed by Yasser Arafat, and about 11,000 of his terrorists were kicked out of Lebanon. They left to Tunisia, and then they were kicked out of there. The bottom line was that no one wanted them because they're terrorists, and they wouldn't stop being terrorists. And now it seems like history's repeating itself. The question never got answered what to do, and so they're still there, except there's a lot more of them now in Gaza. What do you think? Do you agree there's no way Hamas can be left in power, even with a peace treaty?
No, you got to get rid of all of them. There can be no trace of them. I mean, should we have left some of the Nazis in power after World War II? No, you can't. They were tried and they were hung and they were removed. Some of them fled to Australia. Some of them fled to South America because they knew what they had done. They got caught. In this case, Hamas, they don't care about getting caught. They're letting you know that they're doing it. So you've got to get rid of them. You can't have any traces of it, Barry. And if someone comes along and said, well, can we do like of it? No. The answer to that is no. You've got to get rid of it. Personally, Barry, I think what's going to probably happen here, and just my personal opinion, is that there's something, another group come in, and they're going to actually probably finally get to a two-state solution where they're going to say, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. We want to be a state. Well, it could be the first time ever, but maybe we'll see.
Well, that means they're going to have to do the responsible thing and run it like a state and take care of the people and not make billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars stealing money from Europe and everyone else who's giving the money, right? Is there any chance of that actually happening with these people? I don't think so.
Probably not, because, they, like you said earlier, they voted in Hamas. They voted in Hamas. So they don't want peace there. They don't want a two-state solution.
You're correct. They voted in Hamas. This is their government. Their government slaughtered thousands.
Yep.
And Israel is doing what every civilized country in the world should do: protect itself from the barbarians at the gate.
100%.